Okay, I got moved out of where I was. People are working in there, but I think it's important to get this finished up. I did get my license this morning. One of their people met me at the bottom of my driveway and handed me my license. So I guess it's good for me, right? But I still kind of have a problem with it because, you know, if you don't have a YouTube channel and you don't have maybe the tenacity or the strength that I do, what do you do? You've got sometimes abusive people in positions of authority over you, and you really have no place to go. And I've said this many times, that we do have a leadership problem. The leadership that we've elected choose to go a different route than what we've elected them to do. And this is going to get me right back to what I was drawn into this conversation in the first place. Is we have a leadership problem. The problems that I had with the DNR should have easily been solved by the people that we elected to ensure that our constitutional rights are not trampled on. Instead, my county sheriff and my attorney general both chose to back my oppressor, the DNR. They chose to back them and oppress my constitutional rights. In this case, it was pretty much the same thing. You know, what I do here in this butcher shop is protected under due process of law because it's my process. Yeah, I have to get a license to do it. Okay, that's kind of extra. But I get some wiener that says he's not going to do it. He's just not going to do it. Well, it was a violation of my Fifth Amendment. They saw the error of their ways and they did issue it. Right? But I had this YouTube channel and I was bringing attention to it, bringing a lot of discredit down on their organization, so that's why they did it. That's really why they did it. But should it have come to that? Or should I have had an official channel within the government to go? The Attorney General's office. Say, you make a fraud, waste, and abuse claim to the Attorney General saying, my constitutional rights are being trampled here. And if they swing around and they see that that's happening, they should be all guns firing in that direction, because the Attorney General has been hired to do one thing, and it's outlined in the oath that he takes when he takes that office, and that's to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States as it pertains to the people who elect him, of course. And they don't see it that way. If this had gone the way that they would have liked it to go, and I hired a lawyer, who would represent MDA? Would have been the Attorney General. So he would have been on the side of the MDA trying to take away my constitutional rights. Completely wrong. And, you know, I didn't start this conversation, they did, but we are getting ready to elect another governor here pretty quick. And we want to make sure that we have a governor that respects the oath of office that he takes. It's pretty simple. You know, if you're a low-ranking military person and you don't respect the oath of your office during a time of war, you could be executed for it. And when it's not a wartime thing, you can definitely be Article 15 for it and thrown in jail, and it happens pretty routinely. But somehow when you make it to the Attorney General's office, you can ignore your oath of office and nobody really brings it to your attention. But I am bringing it to his attention. Our Attorney General does not do his job, and this is just another place where I can speak it, and I don't think the truth goes out void, so I am speaking it. I have the First Amendment right to do so, and I'm going to. And I don't think he should be our next governor, because he's shown me, anyway, that he's been remiss in his duties since I've known who he was. You know, when we went to his office for help, he was actually on the other side. His office is the one that wrote us a $700,000 fine. And I know I'm going into a different bitch fest here, but I think the answer to these problems is we need to have a government that respects our constitutional rights, period. That's all you're there to do. And if we don't say that we want it, we're not going to get it. I'm saying I want it, and I'm saying I'm not going to participate in the way they're doing things the way it is now. And so be it. I said it. There it is. It's Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Anyone can farm.